Matt Brown said that there's other things in the offseason we went into helping get that over the clients. What were some of those things and how do you keep going?
Yeah, I think the main thing, having a year under my belt, leadership-wise, Coach Brown's seen a lot of great leaders. Colt McCoy, Vince Young. First off, the leadership-wise, being the leader of the offense, quarterback leader of the team. So just finding ways that I can improve as a leader and help this, become a player-led team, get as far as I can. Just some football things, moving to the pocket. Coach Brown was offensive coordinator back in the day. Seen a lot of quarterbacks, so just kind of got some little things. And anything that he saw, just from his mind, from a quarterback perspective, actually, sit down and in his office and asking him and seeing his professional school. And also, obviously the coordinator was the main thing that's kind of going through his mind, but just kind of take his mind off and ask him about my play, which is a good perspective. And he just said, get down, he didn't like me, jumping and trying to jump over some people. He just said, get down, stay healthy. So that's just that. He Coach Brown's office. You can't ask for a better head football coach to play for. And just glad to get another year at it.
Drake, what do you see in that matchup with South Carolina, and what do you think about Spencer Rattler?
Yeah, I think South Carolina, they turn it on at the end of the year. They beat Tennessee. That bowl game was crazy. I think last year, 2 years ago here, we were in the exact same hotel. We stayed at the bowl game. We didn't put our best foot forward. Sam's last game, he went out that way, and then just getting another chance out of him. In my home city in Charlotte. Spencer he's had some great games last year. He's a great football player. And I think he's had a road. He's had to prove himself, and he goes around. He's got as much talent in the world as you can think as a quarterback. So I think he'll be geared up. I know he's going to have a great season. So just getting ready, having a good quarterback duel. I think it's fun. College football, you got two great quarterbacks. I like to do something great.
Drake, you mentioned that you want to win the ACC championship, but say you don't this year, would you consider coming back?
Yeah, I think coming back is definitely in the question. I'm just third year. I want to obviously graduate, and however the year plays it out, I hope we win all the games we can. But coming back and staying for this great university, playing another year, you can't say no to that. It's awesome university. But also at the same time, my dream is playing in the NFL. So let this year play out itself. North Carolina's a special place to me, and I can imagine myself playing 5 years here. So
how much does NIL play into that decision if you were to decide to?
I don't think very much. I think NIL is great. It's great for college football players finally getting paid and getting the money. Not really the money, just the recognition they deserve. College football, these players make so much money from the university and so much money in the media world. For these companies. So just NIL, it's been great for football teams and football players to be rewarded, but at the same time, I love the game. I love it for those things. So I don't think it'd be that big a deal.
Drake, last year you kind of took the conference and the country by storm with the numbers that you put out there, and now you're going into a year where the target is going to be on your back. You're a Heisman candidate, and Sam Howell kind of has that similar situation going into his final year. So, what kind of conversations are you two having as far as him kind of like getting prepared for all the hype that you have to kind of deal with, and living up to those expectations?
No doubt. I think Sam's one of my best friends. We were hanging out all summer. He's got his own deal. He was in his first day of camp the other day with Commander, so he's got his own thing. But just staying in touch with him, he's great. I think the best thing for Sam for me was being in there and watching how he handled each day, day in, day out. How much film he watched, how much to take care of his arm, how much to take care of his body, how hard he's lifted. Just see his work ethic. That was the big thing for me. And, now I think asking a few pointers just about he's been through it, handling the media and handling all the hype. So just asking little things. I'm not going to try to bombard him with what he did in his daily life, but at the same time, like I said, he's a great quarterback, one of a great friend, and just kind of learn as much as I can from how he handled it, and just see things he would have done over, things he would have done better.
Statistically speaking, you were you were the only quarterback in the nation last year to throw for over 4,000 yards, have a 5-to-1 touchdown interception ratio, and rush for over 600 yards. I know that you fight complacency, but is there a moment where you kind of sit back and say, like, wow, that was a great accomplishment, that was a great season, pat myself on the back, and now I'll get back to going?
No, I think that's a great question. I think I try to tell myself like the Browns have. I try to look at things I can get better on. I think that's why you have family members. I think my dad and my mom done a great job of kind of, like I said, patting me on the back. Seeing the perspective. 1 year ago today, I was in battle, competing every day against a great other quarterback, and now I'm sitting here. The last year's kind of been crazy. It comes fast. Just enjoy it. But at the end of the day, try not to get myself on the back and just try to stay grounded and keep, like I said earlier, keep the main thing that's winning game and do whatever I can to help the football team win.
Drake, one of the craziest games last year was when the kid Brewer against App State. Now they come to you. How impressed are you with Coach Clark, what he's done there at App State?
Oh, yeah.
What do you expect from them when you play this year?
No, yeah, I knew it was a trap game going up there to App State. They got some great teams. That stadium was awesome playing in there. I've been up to Boone a few times, and they love football up there. And that atmosphere, we were walking in about 9:30, 10 o'clock for a noon game, and the whole student section was there. The whole students was filled on their sidelines. So I'm excited for them to come here. I think that was it 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. Coach Brown's first year, they got us in Keenan. So you can't have things like that happen. So just take them seriously. They're a great team. They surprised me. They beat A&M at their place, so they've been some places, and Coach Clark's done some good things there. So praise them, and we're ready for them.
Do you relish all the hype and pressure that's coming with this season for you?
I think just take it with a grain of salt. I think the big thing is not letting it, like I said, keep you too high or get you too low. The worst thing you can do is go on social media and read the things that they say about you. Just keep. I'm here to play football for North Carolina, and all the other stuff comes with itself. The season goes on. Just worry about week by week. Nowadays college football, every team's going to be good. They're getting transfer portal guys. The guys aren't playing in the bigger schools, going to the lower schools, and the best guys in the lower schools going to the major schools. So just bring it every week and just enjoying it. I'm a college kid. I'm 20 years old. Just enjoying college. I'm living with my brother in my apartment who goes to school there, so just enjoying it.
Drake, we know the level of competitors in your family. Were there any battles in the offseason over the summer, whether that was with the football, the baseball, basketball, anything like that?
Yeah, you talking about this past summer or when?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We just got past weekend playing golf. I actually beat all three of my brothers for one of the first times in my life in golf. I'm headed down to the beach with them after we got this week off, so one of the last days before camp. We playing pickleball. Me and Luke, love playing pickleball 1v1. Anything you can find, ping pong. I would go to some late nights at the facility. I'd go over to a football facility. I think Luke beat me like 7 straight games of ping pong, and I was going to ask him for another game. So Luke kind of gets the tail end of. I get a butt whooping from Luke, but we really like to compete. Anything we do, we compete, and just try to stay healthy. That's what Dad says. Not to get too physical. One-on-one basketball, getting a little too physical nowadays, so somebody's gonna twist their ankle or something. So we try to stay with them.
What kind of advice are they giving you ahead of the season?
Yeah, I think Luke. The great thing about Luke, he's been through it. He's been, in a setting like this. Not oftentimes you get a brother to be in that same setting. Handling the hype. I was watching some old interviews, of him. A few days ago, I think one particularly after the Duke game, and one, and just seeing Tyson said how he handled the media, and it's great having a brother and a dad who's been through it to give you pointers, just help you go through some things that it's not easy for a 20-year-old or 19-year-old to go through them. So just have somebody there, 2 people there, and my mom's great at too. Just having ask questions and see advice is awesome.
Obviously, you weren't going to go anywhere, but how crazy was it after the season with the communication from other schools and things they told you and things they offered you? Do you have any stories? Obviously, not any names.
No real stories. I think the best thing about kind of the way we handle that, none of them reach out to me. The big thing is they contacted someone, contacted my high school coach. But, I love playing North Carolina. That's the main thing I'd probably say from all that happened. There's a lot of stories, a lot of rumors, go around of some schools contacting me. I never talked to anybody. I think I wouldn't do that without obviously Coach Brown knowing, without obviously the team. So I think I love playing quarterback in my dream school. I wouldn't pass that up, and really for me it wasn't really any question. Leave Chapel.
You talked to Sam Howell, but he was in a similar situation to you going into your junior season, and he had the same decision that you'll have after this season. What has he told you about that?
Oh yeah, he's been great. Just the way constant communication. He's been awesome. We play golf a lot too. We hang out and we go on vacation together. So just having a guy there who's been through it in the exact same situation and going through it, just being able somebody to ask what you think of this and what do you think of these people. We're talking to the same people, so just trying to find ways to use his knowledge and his experience to his mind.
Do you feel like you guys could do something special this season, the way things have been building, coming off a 9-win year?
Yeah, I think rephrase that. Sorry again. Rephrase that.
Do you feel like you guys have a chance to really do something special this year? Do you sense that in the room, like what coming off an ACC championship here, so really could take the next step, maybe?
No doubt. I think that's the main thing on our mind. ACC championship. I think anytime you have Coach Brown, guys like Sid, John, leaders on this team, want to lead. They're pushing guys to summer workouts. Want to be great. I think it's a good thing to for us. So just trying to, as a quarterback, leader of the team, just trying to do my part, and I think looking for a special season is to beat understatement. I think that's the goal. That's what's on our mind, and I think we got the talent. It's going to be, like I said, I think player-led team is the main thing, and not losing games ourselves. I think for me, just keep protecting football, not turning it over. Those things and penalties and stuff like that. Just trying to minimize those stuff. Some of the film we've been watching back, and Coach Lindy's been harping on. Just not beating ourselves.
Are you guys been? You've watched the films of the last couple of 3, 4, 5 games.
Oh yeah.
What exactly do you think went wrong offensively, changed offensively? Was the defenses adjusting well? Was it something that y'all did differently? What happened over that?
Yeah, no, I think starting with that Georgia Tech game, I think we had some guys out. Obviously, I didn't play my best game. The way they played, they pressed us up outside. We double teamed Josh. They schemed us up well. Obviously, they got after us a little bit up front. But then we still had a chance to win that game. I think we were up 21-7 going to half.
17-0.
17-0. We're up 17-0. Yeah, that hurts. It hurts to say that. I think we played that game. Played that team over from there. At the same point, I think it'd be a different story. NC State, I think what they do defensively is awesome. They drop 8 and they'll bring cover 0 in the same look. So just like I said, finding ways that teams play me. I think as a quarterback going into it, I think a lot of teams play me different. Clemson played me different. They didn't really do what they did against us against anybody else.
So going into year 2, how much did you learn from that? How much can you use?
Oh yeah, watching the games over and over, seeing what they do, seeing how teams are going to handle me. I think that's the main thing. I think because I'm a little different than a lot of quarterbacks or offenses. I think the way we throw it around the yard, and the way I can roll my feet and just extend plays. Teams are going to try to make me stay patient, and I got to learn to kind of take that and just take what the defense gives me. So.
Drake, the experience at the Manning Passing Academy and rooming with Jordan Travis, what was that like? I'm sure you enjoyed it. What was that whole thing like? And what all did you guys talk about?
I want to tell Ryan Leonard was my roommate too. So
okay. So it's 3 of you guys?
Yeah, 4 too. Devin Lear was in there. So a bunch of old ACC guys.
Good Lord.
So it was all of us in there. It was awesome. Manning Camp, it's one of the best things I've done. As a quarterback, going down there not only teaching young kids, but getting to hang around all the guys and like I say, we're all going through the same thing, relate to another, and get the hear knowledge from two of the best ever. Peyton and Eli, and just hang around them and Cooper. It was an awesome experience, and get to know those guys. Me and Riley just played golf last week, so just sitting in communication. Obviously, still a rivalry, and when the game hits, there's no friends on the field, but Riley's become a good friend, and Jordan's awesome down there. So just getting to know the ACC guys, all great dudes. That's the cool thing about it.
So the stories were flying there in the room with those guys?
Yeah, oh yeah. Riley, he played our game like 10 times. He said, I think his kicker missed a big field goal, and we went down there with 2 minutes left. He said, I knew it was too much time, so it's funny stuff. It's good
Drake, I got a question before I ask you.
Yeah, what's up, man? What's going on? You good? There it is. What's going on? You good? Yes, sir. What's going up? Toughest defense? That's a good question. I think the ACC, I think you can't tell Clemson short. They got some of the best guys running after you. Clemson's good. NC State's had some good defenses over the years. Anybody that gets after me, they got a pretty good defense. So I try to run away from them, but it's tough sometimes. Say that again. Oh wow! Ohio State, hey, he must be a good player. Ohio State's a great team. So I was hanging out with Marvin Harrison Jr. the other week, so that's pretty cool. I will. Yeah, I will. Yeah. Okay, I will. Yes, sir.
Hey Drake, the promo that you and Nate did for the ACC network. All right, I mean, was that camera tricks or did you really?
I'm not gonna say anything. It may have been knocking. We were about the 30-yard line. Not to ruin the video, they CGI'd it. I didn't put enough effort into it to throw it 80 yards. I just took a 3-step drop and I could maybe, if I warmed up a little bit and get going, get about 70, but 80, that's pushing. That's pretty good work, wasn't it? That video was pretty good work.
Well, yeah, you released it pretty easy. I mean,
I know, yeah. It's a little too obvious. So.
Drake, with Heisman expectations attached to your name, NFL draft, we talked about the ACC championship expectations in there. How do you stay in the moment throughout the season?
Yeah, I think just going by day. I think letting anything in the past kind of haunt me, and like to not look too far ahead to like I said, December when the ACC championship is, or some of the January award stuff. So just keep what matters in football. That's winning games, going after week by week. Like I said earlier, college football nowadays, teams are they're getting better, and all these teams, nobody's an off week. You got to bring it every week, and like we saw last year at Georgia Tech, anybody can beat you any week. So just trying to get these guys going and coming in for 13 weeks, every day and showing up every week. That's what makes the good teams great, and that's what we're striving for.
Dre, after what you accomplished last year, what was left to drive you in the offseason in terms of building upon?
Yeah, obviously the aspirations of getting back to the ACC championship. I think we put our best foot forward here. That wasn't our best effort. We had some things in the red zone. I could have done a better job. And just looking back at the games, I think particularly the negative plays, seeing what I could have done better. I know I missed some throws. I left probably about 500 more yards passing out there from last season. And just being smart when I'm running. Knowing when the smart time to run and get down, and knowing when I can try to break some tackles and get in the open field.
On the flip side, what were you most pleased with last year that you kind of want to bottle and, I want to do exactly that again this year?
Yeah, I think obviously I pride myself on my turnover ratio, touchdowns and interceptions. I think there lately I kind of worked in that, but I think the first 10 games I think I was pretty pleased with my turnover ratio and. Pretty pleased. What else? I think I did a good job of spreading the football around. I think we hit a lot of different guys. Obviously, Josh, the playmaker he was. I was trying to find him because he's a great player. But at the same time, we had a lot of guys, with the 90-yard games, 80-yard games, 4 catches here, 3 catches there. I think just finding more ways to incorporate the running back in the passing game is another thing I'm looking at to kind of do better. And just check it down when the defense doesn't do anything. And I thought I ran the ball pretty well though last year as well.